Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Let's go. Let's go. Kick it off. Kick it off, Morris. It's up. Yeah. Yeah. You gonna want to share this one. Oh, yeah. We finna take it straight there. No chaser. Share this beam out. Share this beam out. What's this right here? Y'all ready? Y'all ready to kick this shit off? Huh? It's about that time now. It's about that time now. No hesitation. None. This how they be getting away with murder though. This how they be getting away with murder though. Y'all know how they get away with murder? Huh? You gotta get into this to understand this. If you don't get into this, you're not gonna understand how they get away with murder. Man, let's go, man. Let's go. Run that back. I'm feeling that. Run that back. Yeah, it's about that time, though. Peace and love to all you Moors, all you Muslims, all you Asiatics. It's that time right now. Come on in. It's that time right now. You can feel it, right? It's that time right now. Look. Right now, it's that time. Look. It's a whole lot of stuff going on. Y'all outside, y'all seeing what's going on. They talking about voting for Kamala Harris. Voting for Kamala Harris. Voting in general. Do you realize that your so-called vote for the so-called president, it don't even count? Because it's a difference between electing and voting. Pick up this book right here. Pick up this book right here, Word Magic. Love you too. All y'all Moors is fire. We just got to start getting on that Moorish science to open up that mind, that pineal gland, that medulla oblongata. We all fire. We all lit. But we just got to start thinking about our thinking. You feel me? So look, start thinking about our thinking. Straight to it, because you know they got me on a timer. From the book, Word Magic. Check this out. Check this out right here. Where is it at? I just had it, then it flipped to something else. Hold up. We're going to get into it right now. About so-called voting. And they out here thinking that they vote count. Listen, man. Your vote don't count. It never counted. Let's go right here. Look at this. It say, the truth is, as a United States citizen, you do not have the right to vote. What? What you say? The truth is, as a United States citizen, you do not have the right to vote. In legal terms, your right to vote as a United States citizen is actually a privilege, because to be a United States citizen, quote unquote, means that you are a quote unquote legal person or an artificial person, also known as a corporation. Oh, wow. Oh, wow. Yeah, you talking about voting for Kamala Harris, and you think that your vote for Trump is going to matter. It don't matter what you say you going to vote for. Because if you pick up a book called How to Read the Constitution, you crack this open. Crack this open right here. Hold up. Let's go right here. If you crack that open, hold up. If you crack that open, right? If you crack this open right here, all y'all out there talking about my vote gonna count. I'm finna vote for Trump. I'm finna vote for Kamala. Listen, your vote don't count. Because if you pick up this book, you go to Article 2, Section 1. It says, each state shall appoint in such manner as the legislator thereof may direct a number of electors. Did you catch that? equal to the whole number of senators and representatives to which the Senate may be entitled in the Congress, but no senator or representative or person holding an office of trust or profit under the United States shall be appointed as an elector. The electors shall meet in their respective states and vote by ballot for two persons of whom one at least shall not lie an inhabitant of the same state with themselves. The president of the U.S. corporation is not elected by the people because that entire system is a fraud. What do I mean by that? What do I mean by that? The Electoral College is a fraud. The president, your vote for the president is an illusion. It's not reality. It's just something to get people talking about, to get people running to the polls. To the polls. Your vote don't count. Listen, just in case you need a receipt, thinking that my vote count, I'm going to make a difference. Let me get out there and rock the vote. The United States means A, federal corporation. B, an agency, department, commission, board, or other entity of the United States. Or C, an instrumentality of the United States. Did you catch that? So the United States, according to Cornell Law School, you see that, right? We're talking about references. Cornell Law School. This ain't somebody on the block or the corner of the street talking. This is from a documented law school. Top law schools in America. Cornell Law. The United States means a federal corporation. So what does that mean towards the people? That means towards the people, we've been had. We've been hoodwinked. We all been led astray, fam. One of the first things that we got to collectively start doing is we got to collectively start knowing that we all been lied to. I'm talking about lied to since kindergarten about everything, G. Like, that's the first step. The first step is to realize we all have been hoodwinked. We all have been lied to since kindergarten. Like, our parents have been lied to. That's the first step, because if you go into this thinking like, man, I know I've been told the truth about some things, but I've been lied to about a few things. That's how you going to get on that self-righteous, I know this and y'all don't know that type. You know what I'm saying? Type time. That's where they want us to stay at. Arguing about who you going to vote for. Whole time, the vote don't even count. Because why doesn't the vote count? Let's go back. Hold up. Let's go back now. Hold up. Let's go back now. Because you can learn from the past. You can't go back to the past. You can learn from the past. Question for y'all. What exactly can you think off the top of the dome did Barack Obama, what did he do? Just off the top of the dome, can you name 5 things that you say Barack Obama did for so-called black people? Barack Obama, for the record, he never identified as a black person or an African American. Get out of it. Hey, listen, it might be a tough pill for you to swallow, but it's reality, and you can't cancel reality. Barack Obama never identified as a so-called black person. He actually got interviewed on the Tom Joyner morning show. Dude was like, man, how does it feel to be the first black president? He said, black has no standing in law. I'm the first Kenyan American president. He was trying to tell people then, like, black has no standing in law. That means if we talking law talk, right? Okay. There's 2 sides of law, just like the scale on the so-called dollar bill. Okay? There's 2 sides of law now. Look, if we talking this talk, because you know people love these right here, don't they? They love these. They love these right here, right? They'll still kill, die, work their bones to the death to get these right here. And this is an illusion. This is even an illusion. If you know what you're looking at. So two sides of law, you have this. You have a positive side of law and a negative side of law. Status is everything, though. This is why we got to go all the way back to kindergarten. Literally, we got to go all the way back to grammar, to logos. We got to go all the way back. It's not an insult. It's just we ain't been taught by design to keep us in a perpetual slave-minded situation without chains. It's kind of like when you look at, like when you go to the store and you see them eggs that's up in the aisle and they be like cage-free eggs, range eggs. So it's like giving us the impression that the chickens is actually free. Whole time the chickens is still in the cage. It's just they ain't in the small cage. They in a big cage. That's how they got us out here. They got us out here. It ain't no bars. The bars are invisible. The cage is invisible. You can't see the cage unless you got eyes to see. If you got eyes to see, then you could peep what's going on. If you don't, then it's going to be right in front of you. You're going to be walking yourself into death traps. That's why it's each one teach one. Check it out. Then you come right here with it, right? And you say this like, well, what can we do on this side? Well, let's look at status. Status is a measure of your legal rank and standing in society. See that? This involves your capacities and incapacities to exercise and enjoy freedoms and liberties, etc. Therefore, law, venue, and jurisdiction are always primal issues to address. You see? Not emotions, not how we feel, not anything what we believe in. Nah, that's not lawful because that's against universal law. The scale operates on two sides. Emotions ain't got nothing to do with it. What you believe in or what I believe in ain't got nothing to do with it. Those don't tip the scale. All right, let's go. So the question the authority of those who bring you into a location or so-called court. Jurisdiction must be proven for the record and established before adjudication, action, and judgment. Status must be in for life. Okay, look. So in for life is on the positive side. Black, Indian, person of color is on the negative side. Pan-African, Maroons, person of color, all those are the negative status. And remember, status is your rank and your standing in society. This is it right here. This is how they've been playing us. We've been thinking our status has been like, what you can accumulate when you get these. You got a good, decent car, truck, or, what I'm saying? You get a decent house, your decent job. We have been brainwashed to think that getting these gets us a status in society, a high status. It's the total opposite. This shit right here is just an illusion. The real status is where you rank as far as your legal status, your nationality, your birthright, that everybody by blood has inside their body if they are a Moorish person. All right. So that status must be in full life. That's the positive side of law. You see, is a difference. As a natural person, as a Moor, okay, you have a different rank in society. As a so-called person of color, you're dead in society. You're the living dead. Like I said, this probably going to be tough for a lot of people who out there as believers and they naysayers and they not open to new information. It might be tough for you. But for the ones who are actually open to critical thinking, they actually open to thinking about their thinking, then it's going to be a mind blower right here. All right. But it's always each one teach one. This ain't about Kush Day. This is about us. Straight up. So in full life, you are your proper person. You are your natural person. You're allodial. You can make special appearances. If you are operating as a negative status, black, Negro, or color person, Indian, then you have to come on the side of negative. You're going to be treated negatively. You're not going to be treated with consideration, with respect. You're going to be treated as a person of color, an artificial corporate person, a minority. Minorities are children. See, and minorities operate under feudal law because the United States corporation is a federal corporation, which is the instrumentality of the so-called United States. It has nothing to do with your skin complexion. Skin complexion and color are the primary sources that they use to get us under mind control, genocide. Right? We arguing about skin color, who dark, who light. That's just a distraction for the U.S. corporation to do business on us. You know what I'm saying? So look, going back to this. Now you see that the so-called electors, the electoral college, elects the so-called president. The people do not elect the president. You know what? Let's go right here. You need to see this. You need to see it. Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. You need to see it. See, once you see it, you're not going to be able to unsee it. It's that part right there. Look. So look, you go right here. This is a law book. These ain't my words. No, these ain't my words. Look, let's look at the definition of president together. President. See? President. The chief officer of a corporation. Company, board, committee, etc. Generally having the what? The main direction and administration of their concerns. The chief magistrate of a state or nation, particularly under a democratic form of government. Wait a minute. Did you hear that? Did you hear that part? Wait a minute. Did you hear that part where it says a democratic form of government? Wait a minute. Somebody lying. They capping. The U.S. Constitution and fascinating facts about it. Now watch this. Now you see how they say the president is the chief executive officer of under a democratic form of government. Now let me catch them up in real time. Watch this. Book reference. Right? See this right here? Hold up. What that say right there? These ain't my words. The word democracy does not appear once in the Constitution. You see how they be lying? They always capping. You see? So when they say the so-called president, that's not our president. This president that they referring to is no different than the president of McDonald's, Burger King. You feel me? It's no different than the president of Target, Best Buy, something like that. It's not the president of an actual nation of people. It's not the president of we the people. Because if you ask yourself this, right? Look, ask yourself this. If he or she will be a president, how could you be a president of North America, Central America, and South America and all the islands? Because don't they call whoever's up in that office, don't they say that they're the American president? Don't they say that? The president of the United States. Don't they say that? Right? So when they say that, they openly lying to our face. Because how can one person be the president of North America, Central America, all of the islands, and South America at the same damn time? How? You see how they be capping all the time? They stay capping, G. They stay capping. How you the president of the United States? So you the president of all this area right here. How? They lying. That's how. Because the president is the chief executive officer of a corporation. We all been lied to. The corporation is the capital United States. It's a federal corporation. It's not we the people. There's a separate jurisdiction. This is why law is crucial. Look at this. Look at this right here. Hold up. Look at this right here, man. Hold up. Let's go right here. We going right back to the scale. How do you change this? People be asking, Kush, how do we change it? The first thing you got to do is you got to recognize what your status is. Your status is everything. That's your rank in society. That's where you at. People are measured off their status, not green pieces of paper. This is the trap, the illusion. You getting these right here does not change your status. Look at all the so-called black billionaires. I'm going to give you an example. Look at all the so-called black billionaires, so-called Indians that had bread, right? When they caught them cases, allegedly, or they was found guilty, where did all they fiat, they so-called money, where did it go? That shit went up in smoke. They took all that shit back. Because this right here is not the status. This right here is the status. We the people. This is the status. Who are we the people? The Americans. Who are the Americans? The Americans are right here. Bing bong. Copper complexion, Aboriginal and indigenous to the Americas. If you under that description, then you are we the people. If you're not under that description, then you're a foreigner here in the Americas. That's how it is. But the corporation called the United States, they set up something. See, I know we kicked it off about voting, but we gotta go here. We gotta tie some knots in. The so-called United States, this is what they did. Look. This is what they did, G. Look. Where you at? See this? The corporate United States is not obligated nor accountable to the people, except to make a profit for its stockholders as a corporation. You see? This is a corporation full of stockholders who use the people as the stock. Look, you know, you might be like, man, I don't believe that shit, man. I don't believe that shit. Yeah? Okay. You know the word race? You know the word race that people be getting locked up into, right? They be talking about race and this is a race of people and all that, right? Race is different races. Nah, you go to the word race in the law dictionary. This shit finna blow your mind. Watch this. Watch this, Jay. Go to the word race. Then look it up in the law book. You ready? See this? What that say? Race. These ain't my words, though. This is Henry Campbell's Black's Law Dictionary, 4th edition. These ain't my words. Let's read it together. Race. An ethnical stock. Didn't it just say stock over here? Didn't it just say stock over here? It said except to make a profit for its stockholders as a corporation, right? Bang. So then you say race, an ethical stock, a great division of mankind having in common certain distinguishing physical peculiarities, consisting a comprehensive class, appearing to be derived from a distinctive primitive source, a tribal or national stock, a division or subdivision of one of the great racial stocks of mankind distinguished by minor peculiarities. Stock, that's race. That's Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. That's his work. Pick up this book, Murder More, Coming Until Now. Johann Friedrich Blumenbach, he's the one who actually kicked off the whole thing about stock. You see this? The so-called black race does not exist. It's a fabrication. It's a theory cooked up by this dude, this guy, Johann Friedrich Blumenbach. Shed his beam out. And you see, like, we've been lied to on every level. Every level, G. His nationality, Blumenbach, he was a German. You see that? He cooked up the so-called white race, the Mongolian or yellow race, the Malayan or brown race, the Ethiopian or black race, the American so-called Indian race. This guy, he's one of the main culprits to cook up this whole theory. Look, right, stocks and bonds. They put bonds on the people, on we the people, and they play them out in the federal corporation as when they write tickets. When they say we need a license to do something, to go somewhere, to hunt. This is what they're using. When they say, oh, you need a marriage license to get married. That's a bond for the stockholders. When they say you need a social security card. Oh, that's a bond for the federal corporation. When they say, oh, you need to go out there and vote this year. That's a bond called register to vote for the federal corporation. Now, this is where it get crazy at. Watch this. This is where it get crazy at. Hold up. This is where it's finna get wild at. Don't forget, pick up this book right here, Word Magic. Look. This is where it's finna get wild. Look. Let's go. Look at this. It say what right here? It say, because a corporation is an artificial person, it has no natural rights. Do you see that? Once you say that you want to be a colored person, a so-called black person, African American, a person of color, you just now went to the negative side of the scale of law. You see? It's two sides to the scale. And it's crazy because if you love so-called money, look. Look at this. Hold up. Where you at? Where you at, Jay? We're going to do it in real time. We're doing all this in real time, though. So, look. So-called money, and this is not money. This is exactly what it say it is. It's a Federal Reserve note. But if you recognize in the signs and the symbols, you can see what's going on. All right? Look. So when they say you are a so-called black, when you say out your mouth that you a person of color, right? Black Lives Matter and all that, right? You go on a negative side of the law scale. Now you're a minority. Now you artificial. You don't have natural rights. You dead out here. You dead in law. You civil little mortus, right? So when you go in a courtroom as a so-called black person, then when they say all rise, you already supposed to be standing up anyway, because you making a special appearance as a Moorish American national. You already supposed to be up because you in for life already. When they say all rise in the courtroom, they're speaking to the dead. Everybody who agrees to be a U.S. citizen. That's who they speaking to. They even speaking to the so-called hybrid Europeans, because they are considered dead too in law. They not just talking to our people. They talking to the hybrid Europeans too, because they been lied to their damn self, because they not white people. They U.S. citizens, which means they on the other side of negative law. Oh, it applies both ways. The sword chops on both ways. That's why you got to be over here. Yeah. That's why you got to get out of CNN. You got to get out of MSNBC. You got to get out of these colorable TV shows where they're like, oh, no, it's okay. It don't matter what you identify as. Everything matters. especially in law. You going to be on the positive side or you going to be on the negative side? It's right here, literally in your face, in our faces every day. But we ain't never been taught to learn what to look for. But nah, that shit over with now because we own that. You know what I'm saying? Look. So then you say, well, what is the other stuff about with the voting stuff? Okay, let's go a little further. Hold up. Let's go a little further real quick then. Let's go a little further then. Oh, you say, go a little further. You say, you don't have natural rights, such as the right to vote, the right to speak, and the right to make choices. So when U.S. politicians, check this out, Morris. So when U.S. politicians tell you that you have the right to vote as a United States citizen, they are already lying to you. Oh my God. When they tell us, get out there and vote, you're going to make a difference. They already lying. See? They already lying. Soon as they open their mouth up, they lying. That's why they be like, don't trust the politician. When they talking, they lying. They are lying. Keep in mind that voting is not the same as electing. It's not the same at all. Look, to understand what voting is on a deeper level, you need to investigate the word vote and its definitions. Furthermore, you need to investigate its etymology. As a noun, vote is derived from the Latin word votum, meaning a vow, wish, promise to a god. To a promise to a god. What god they talking about? Could it be the government ordinance department? Could it be that that's their god? Because all they care about is these debt notes and enslaving humanity? It's not the same. They're not talking about Allah. They're not talking about the supreme being, the source of light, when they're talking about God on here. Just so you know that. They're not talking about the creator of everything. They're talking about the dark side. All right? Look. So when they say that, you say a promise to a God, solemn pledge, dedication. It says it has a strong connection to the Latin word votus, past particle of volere. Then you say, well, what does all that mean? What does all that mean? Meaning to promise, to dedicate as a verb. Look, vote etymologically means to give a vote to or to vow. What have our people been doing? They've been vowing to be federal corporation, artificial persons, to the U.S. corporation. That's the vow. So when people go to the voting poll, they register and they vow to be subjects to the United States federal corporation as slaves. That's what's happening when they say you need to register your vote or register to vote. This is what they're saying without saying it, though. Everything is signs and symbols. And everything is language. You don't know the language, they're not going to tell you. That's how they get off. That's how they get over on people. Right? That Griselda shit. Let's go. You see this? So it say what? Every time you vote for U.S. politicians to represent you in office, you consent to be governed by many anti-constitutional politicians. These people are anti. They're anti the Constitution for the Republic. They're anti. They not for us at all. Look, go a little further. It say, many U.S. politicians do not really care about you for the reason that they work for the dark magicians and their secret government. All U.S. politicians working in Washington, D.C. have sworn a solemn oath to the New World Order and therefore their allegiance is to the British monarchy and the Holy See, not to the American people. However, without the American people to pay for their government services, their empires will lose a great deal of power. Because of this, when the American people wake up and realize that their rights and freedoms have been usurped, look up that word usurped, under the color of law, the British monarchy and the Holy See will have to drain the swamp. Drain the swamp. Wasn't that what Trump was talking about? Now keep in mind, Trump is a European hybrid. He's not American. None of them are Americans. Fam, this has to be ingrained inside of our minds. Our new minds are formulating, right? We all formulate new minds right now. For now and the future, for our little ones, right? Our new minds have to get this in there. It has to be embedded. European hybrids, paleface, they're not Americans. If you ask one of them, hey, what's your nationality? They're not going to tell you they white. When you start seeing Europe, after this beam out, when you go out into the world, after you see this, go out into the world, just start asking modern day Europeans, hey, what's your nationality? You might got some on your job. Hey, what's your nationality? Put it to the test. What's your nationality? What's your nationality? They're not going to tell you they white. They're going to tell you they from over there, Europe somewhere, Romania, Poland. They're going to tell you they from Czechoslovakia, Russian. They're not going to tell you that they're crayon color. That's a major part of the game that's being played on us. They've been lied to, and they think that they are so-called white people. They've been lied to. They ain't white people. The only white people that it can be is not a color. It's a status called free white person. That only belongs to the Moorish people because we the first nation on the planet. Pick up this book right here. The Circle 7. Ether. Just pick up that book. Break down a whole lot of stuff. Who the first people? Who gonna be the last people? They out here talking about some. It's flares that's out here. It's the solar flares. They outside everywhere. Yeah. Do you feel some kind of effect by the solar flares? Are you cool? I ain't caught no kind of effect by the sun being out. The sun supposed to be out. We good. Look. And you go right here to this. Look. Look at this. Look at this right here. Check it out. What does it say? What does it say right here? It says right here. Where you at? Oh, here it is. Look. To connect the dots, the moment you become a citizen of a country, it says, please be aware that nearly all countries on earth have been incorporated and therefore are registered and commercial corporations. You also agree to be a franchise of that so-called country. Look, for example, in the United States of America, unincorporated, most Americans have been tricked into believing and accepting that they are citizens of the United States. Incorporated. They're playing a game. Look, because of this, they are its franchises, which is why they can vote. Remember, the word franchise means, quote, the right to vote. This concept of allowing franchises to vote is similar to the franchise system of fast food restaurants, such as McDonald's franchise system, just like Wingstop or any other restaurant. In the franchise system of McDonald's, each franchise has a right to vote before McDonald's decides to change certain rules. You see what's going on? So you have people who still think that they vote count and don't even realize the entire United States corporation is a federal corporation. It's not the organic constitution or the organic land that we live on. It's a figmentation of the mind. That's what it is. For human trafficking, private slavery, corporations. How do you get out of that? You have to declare your nationality. You have to, once you declare who you are and you step into your Moorish nationality, that's how you tip the scale back to the positive side for yourself, your children, your family, your tribe. That's how you tip the scale back. You got to come back into being in for life. Otherwise, you're going to remain civilita mortus as a minority, a person of color. Don't y'all see now why they keep promoting the color thing? BT, black is beautiful, black and proud. You see now how they keep promoting that, right? They put it out there now with the woman that got assassinated by the cops, right? First thing they do is they roll out the black thing. Oh, she was a woman of color. They gonna keep rolling the same game out till people start catching on faster. And it's happening right now. The person of color, they gonna roll Benjamin Crumpburger. They gonna roll him out there. He not gonna speak about deprivation rights under color of law. Why he ain't gonna talk about that? Because that's his bread and butter. That's all them attorneys' bread and butter. When one of ours get murked, assassinated, they're not gonna bring this up. Look. They're not gonna bring this up right here. I'm gonna show y'all. Here you go. I'm gonna show y'all so you can see it. They're not gonna never bring this up. That's why we gotta start bringing it up. That's why we gotta start bringing it up. You want some answers? Download this right now. Online. This is online right now for the free. It's called the United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. You can download this from online right now or after this beam out. This is the protection. You like, man, why we ain't got no protection out here? Why Benjamin Crumpburger, why he ain't never bringing up this right here? Why none of these so-called black speakers, these black liberators, the Federal Black Association, and all the rest of them, reparations now. You know why they not bringing it up? Because they sellouts. That's why they not bringing this up. They either sellouts or they seriously are incompetent of law. Seriously incompetent. Because these are the remedies. You talking about economics. You talking about finances. You talking about land. You talking about you being able to grow your own crops. Huh? You got to deal with every indigenous individual has the right to a nationality. Without the nationality, you have no rights. Point blank, period. This is not hearsay. This is not a belief. Oh, Kush Day, you believe that? Nah, I don't believe this. I see it right here in black and white. We all are indigenous to the lands, correct? So since we are indigenous to the Americas, to the land, to the planet, you got to have this. You got to have a nationality to link you back to a land. You can't call yourself a color person because colors are not land masses. I mean, do you see a color on here? Do you see it? Do you see a color on here? Do you see a color on here? Purple people, green people, blue people. Do you see that on here? Orange people. Do you see that on yellow people? I see Greenland right here though. See that? I do see a Greenland. Guess what? Ain't nobody green up here. Ain't nobody live up here green. It's called Greenland though. Whole time ain't nobody that stay there green. It's Greenland though. You see how we got to get out of this shit? I see an Iceland right here. Ain't nobody out there the color ice. Ain't nobody living in Iceland the color ice. What's the ice language? What's the green language? What's the black language? What's the Pan-African language? What's the person of color language? Do you know how to speak it? Do you know how to speak the Pan-African language? What is it? What is it? What is white language? What's yellow language? What's brown language? Colors are not languages. So any of these goofballs that be like, I'm a color. You're a color? Okay. Let me know what color language is. And if you are a color, then why don't you speak it? You a Pan-African. What's your official language? What's your official language? Because nations, they have a national flag, they got a national seal, they got a treaty, they got a language, they got all kind of things within their nation. They have a government, all right? Legislative, executive, and judicial. They have a government structure that's established. Without that, you don't have a nation. See? So all of these people that's out here, they talking, but when you get down to what the nitty gritty is, you're not a nation. Because a nation has people, and the people are not corporations. The people are natural persons that belong to the nation because they have a nationality. That's why nationality is the order of the day. That's going to link you back to the land. Colors take you off the land. You see? So when you talking about, well, what can we do right now? First thing you could do is get it in your mind that we all been lied to. That got to be in the mind. If you go in it with, I ain't been lied to. They lied about a little bit, but shit, I caught on to the rest because I went to college. You in the trap. They got you. They got you, fam. You didn't got snatched. They got you. Come back to the light, fam. Come back to the light. Look. Look at this. So when they say stuff like this, look, what it say? It say, because citizens of the United States are franchises of the United States Incorporated, they have the privilege of casting a vote at public elections. They are also subject to the acts and statutes of their parent corporation. Ooh, which is the United States Incorporated. United States Inc. See that? But what goes on though? Let's go a little further. The term parent corporation means, quote, a company that owns other companies where the other companies are a subsidiary of the parent company. Therefore, you're subjects of the parent corporation. Do you want to be a subject to the United States Corporation? Did anybody ever disclose that when you register or you get a license that you were going to be a subject to the United States Corporation? Did anybody ever tell you that? Did any of these politicians ever get on TV and say, hey, you know, if you say that you're a United States citizen, that you are a federal corporation franchisee? Have they ever said that? Hell no. They don't look for them to say that because they never going to say that until we start holding them to the fire, which is happening right now. All right? It's happening right now. Once you get on the positive side of the scale over here in full life as a natural person, a Moorish American national, now you get away from the color thing, the color game. This is how police are able to get away with murder. Because what do they do? Think about what they do. What do they always say? Black male, black woman. How do they always describe us? Black woman, black male, right? When they say that, they're putting up a description under color of law. Once they tag us as a color person, we can be executed because they have qualified immunity under color of law. This is how they get away with it. So once they take a so-called black person, a person of color, once they injure that person, they have no, what you would say, consequences coming to them because of the color of law negative status. They playing the status game while we out here thinking it's an emotional skin color game. We thinking skin color, they playing a whole entirely different game. They playing a status game, not an emotional game, not a skin color game. Status, status, status. That's what we supposed to be talking about and standing on. See? Over here is civiliter mortuus. Person of color, civiliter mortuus. Indian, civiliter mortuus. Pan-African, Hebrew, Native American, civiliter mortuus. This is how they get away with it because they describe and classify our people as minorities and color persons. Therefore, you have no lawful constitutional protection. You have nothing. You have no rights. Over here, though, you locked in. You in full life. What? I'm a natural person. Hold up. I'm a free white person. My status is the top of the top. I make special appearances. You feel me? I'm over here. I ain't over here with them. Nah, we ain't gonna do that. We ain't gonna do that. And this is why, one of the main reasons why they never, all these black organizations, these reparation now people, Federal Black Association, Nation of Islam, this is why they don't never bring this up. The United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous People. I'm going to post it. This is why they never bring it. You say, what's the name of this book? Again, if you can't get this book, because they throwing a price up, some retarded right now. But if you can't get this book, you can download this right here for free online. United Nations Declaration on the Rights of Indigenous Peoples. You can download it. You can download it for the free. See this? This where we at. We at home already. We are at home already. This is what gotta be embedded in our heads now. This is why they cooked up the whole out of Africa bullshit. To get us mentally to disconnect from the land. Whole time we been at the crib already. That's why everybody want to come here. You think it's a coincidence that everybody around the world want to come here? Everybody want to come here because this the true old world. But this is why they don't talk about nationality though, because nationality links you to the land, the Americas, Al Maghrib, Al Aska. You see, it's nothing new under the sun though, Morris. Nothing new under the sun. Once you start doing critical thinking, then you can see like ain't no people of color. Because everybody else in the world, they claim a nationality. They claim a national name. They from Guyana, they Guyanan. They from Sudan, they Sudanese. We Americans. We're Moorish Americans. This our status right here. Own that. You know what I'm saying? Own that. This is what we on. We ain't no slaves because we not Slovakians. We're not Slavic people. We Moorish people. And we on business right now. You know what I'm saying? We own that. And we ain't never going back to not being on that. So get that whole I'm going to vote and my vote is going to change things. When you vote, you register to be a part of the scam. The United States Corporation. When you say you are a so-called color person, you volunteer to be part of the scam. You do that. You might think that you're not doing that because ain't nobody maybe have shared that information with you. But it's each one teach one though. You know what I'm saying? This is what we got to start. Get a screenshot of this right here, G. Just get a screenshot and look up these terms for yourself. Look it up yourself, because it ain't doing no good just to tell you and then you don't look it up yourself. That's just like, that's not it. When you look up stuff yourself, though, you make it real, all the way real. You know what I'm saying? Look it up. So I'm gonna leave it up here. Look it up yourself. Yeah, look it up yourself, though. Yeah. Islam, boy. See that? So when they talk about voting and all that nonsense, don't fall for it, fam. Don't fall for them talking about voting. Voting, let me show you something real quick before I slide. Look, as an American, when you vote for U.S. politicians instead of electing them, you basically commit a treacherous act against the country called the United States of America. Look at this. If you really want to know what you're doing when you vote, you need to study the occult definitions of the word vote. On a deeper level, the act of voting is a religious ritual that can be used to drain your energy and enslave your body, mind, and soul. What? Enslaving and draining our mind, our body, and our soul. Oh, wow. Phonetically, the word vote sounds nearly identical to the word vote. Where do voters go vote? Where they go vote at? They go to a voting booth or polling booth. The word poll sounds similar to the word pole, which is defined as, quote, either of the two regions or parts of an electric battery, magnet or the like that exhibits electrical or magnetic polarity. In other words, a pole is the electric battery pole of positive or negative. This is why when you go vote, you go to the polls, so you can place your vote on the candidate who you want to see put in charge. This shit crazy. Yo, crazy. You see how they playing games? Once the votes are counted, the politician or politician who receives the most votes will be elected into the position of power. Maybe this is why it is called power politics. Every time you vote, you consent to give your electrical energy to the government, so its agents can use it to power their corporations, also known as corpses, dead bodies. My God. Talking about something crazy, fam. Hey, man. So now it's like that, man. So now I look at it like that. I really look at it like that, though. Like, pain is a great teacher. So since pain is a great teacher, it's time for us to learn from the past and then do stuff different while we got time, while we got the energy, while we got the ability. Change the thinking. That's going to change the future. Got to change it right now, though. It started right now. All right? Like I say, they got me on this timer right now, more, so I got to move around. All right? Once they get off this BS with this timer, we're going to do some extra, you know what I'm saying, some longer builds. But right now, they got me on this cap right now. You know what I'm saying? So I can't really go in. I gotta compact everything in like an hour. You feel me? Yeah. So let me show you these 5 slides, though. Get these books, though. Yeah, get these books, though. Exhuming of a Nation. America is the True Old World. Word Magic. Isonomy. Get this one from rvbaypublications.com. Civics. How to Get Away with Murder. Yes, sir. Much love to all y'all Moors, all y'all Muslims and Asiatics. I appreciate all y'all tuning in and the ones that will tune in. Study, study, study. Teach your babies, fam. It's our time now. Peace, Morris.